Charlie, where did the sun go? I feel like I'm living in a consistent world of gloominess. It is sweatpant day because it is cozy and it is Sunday. I don't know if you can see me. Now you can. Hi. My name's Dan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. By the way, you know what I noticed about this wide angle lens is that watch my face. It kind of like bubbles out. Like, look at my face. Look how awkward the shape of my face is right now. But like when I flex, it looks sick. It looks like my muscles are like 10 times bigger, so. No complaints here. Welcome to my house, okay? It is a gloomy day, but that's okay. I just rhymed. You guys can see my place is all windows, so even when it is a nice day, it's kind of like I'm outside. That's my excuse for staying inside all the time. I'm a hermit. Guys, I'm using a ring light. Wow. For example, this is what it looks like with it off. It's only exposed to the outside, so you turn a ring light on. Bam, baby. This is why I suggest if you guys are starting on YouTube, get a ring light and all your lighting problems will be solved. Because it's consistent light all around your face. There is a dimmer switch on my ring light that when I turn it all the way, it makes me like overblown like this. I can turn it down on the camera, but the background gets blacked out. So if I want to show my background, I turn that up and I turn this down. Now we get the best of both worlds. That's enough tutorials about being a YouTuber. Let's get to the video. Today's video is more of like a self-help video. Oh my God, these are the worst situations to be in. What I'm referring to are awkward moments. Honestly, a lot of us when we go out fear of like awkward moments. So for today's video, I'm gonna give you guys 7 ways or smooth ways to get out of an awkward situation. There are so many lists that are like,
call 911, let the cops deal with it.
Just turn and run.
Just start crying.
I'm sorry, but none of those are legit things that we as humans would do because it would just make things worse. Oh my God, these are 7 good ass tips. You're gonna love them. Okay, I may have oversold this just a little bit, but that's okay. Awkward situations. As much as they suck, they are a little bit important.
Dan, no, they could totally get out of my life and I'd be totally fine.
Trust me, I thought that about spiders, and then somebody at a party was like,
no man, if you get rid of spiders, everything dies.
Turns out, if you get rid of spiders, like it with everything. Just like that, you can't just get rid of awkward situations. They're important. They're not comfortable, but they are important. It lets us know where the social boundaries are. So if I go into a conversation and I'm just like super weird, it creates an awkward moment, I'm gonna know and I'm gonna feel that awkward moment. So I'm like, okay, Dan, maybe don't start the conversation off with showing your nipples. So in that sense, it's good because it allows us to stay on track and within the lines of the social norms. Number 1, always be holding something. If you're going to have a conversation and you know it's gonna be awkward, grab a coffee, grab a bottle of water, grab something for your hands. When there's awkward moments, usually it's because there's like a lull in the conversation. In those moments, if you take a sip of coffee, it cuts the awkwardness because it's like, okay, you both aren't just standing there staring at each other. So take a sip, have a sip of water, unscrew the cap really slow, whatever. Like not super slow, like awkward and creepy, but like you could unscrew the cap and like take a sip. It just buys you time to shorten that awkward window. Number 2, this one is obvious and this one is just also kind of an icebreaker when you're having a conversation. Talk about something big in the news, not political and not religious. Best thing to do is talk about like a festival coming up, maybe a band is coming into town, maybe there was a recent power outage. As ridiculous as that sounds, you guys can say,
were you affected by the power? Oh my God, everything was dark. I had like nothing to do.
Talk about something surrounding you like,
oh my God, the leaves are falling everywhere. It's clogging my sewers.
Okay, maybe not that either. Maybe like your city sports team won the championship. I'm from Toronto, so that doesn't happen very often, so I don't really use that one that much. Just always have a conversation starter. And that could be like a big news story that's happening right now. Just stay away from Trump, unless you know that they like don't like Trump, then you guys can bond on something like that. Number 3, this one might sound so corny. Seriously, I use this all the time and it works. Talk about Stranger Things. Even if they haven't seen it, it's a relevant conversation that everybody knows Stranger Things. It's all in social media. If they say no, you tell them why it's so great. If they say yes, you talk about what you've seen. This tip will obviously change as the years go on. Stranger Things is hot right now. Whatever the current big show is, and like right now it's Stranger Things, use that because that is perfect for like cutting any awkwardness. Number 4, this is less of a conversation starter. It's more of like a evacuate the situation. There's a lull in the conversation. First step is to recognize that that's happening. Wrap up the conversation and get the hell out. Don't let too many lulls happen. It's just gonna make the elephant in the room just like freaking huge. Number 5, get out of your head. You're freaking out in your head, just like, what do I do? What are we gonna talk about? Focus on staying in the moment, listening to what they're saying, because then you'll have something to say back. Tip number 6, if you're going into a conversation or you're going into a moment that you feel like could be awkward, pull out your phone, you set an alarm with the sound effect so it sounds like a ringtone. Set it for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, however long you think you can last before it turns awkward. It's gonna sound like you're getting a call when in reality it's an alarm. Now, if the conversation is going well, just ignore the call. Just push the mute button on the side. There's a safety net to get you out of it, But if you're having a good time, you think it's going well, mute it. And last but not least, number 7. For me, most of the awkward moments happen when I'm in the elevator, because you're in this like box with each other and you're just looking at each other and it's quiet. It's so awkward. Next time you're in an elevator, pay attention to where your eyes are looking. You're gonna be looking at the dumbest shit, like the corner or like a crumb on the floor. But where I'm going with this is have a pet with you. Oh my God, it is like a forever safety blanket for awkward situations. It also does create some. There's a lot of times where I'm walking Charlie where another dog comes across and I'll be like, hi, to the owner, and they'll just be like, huh. Meanwhile, our dogs are sniffing each other's assholes, so it's like, you might as well have a conversation. So there you guys have it. Those were 7 tips on how to smoothly get out of an awkward situation. If you have an awkward moment or you have a friend that's super awkward, send them this video. It should help them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my videos if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.